You know how the seniors in our life have always told us that God will give you no more than you can bear. And this is one of those seasons that I'm in that I'm questioning how much more I can handle. On Monday, the day after Mother's Day, I got a phone call that my dad had passed away unexpectedly. He had been experiencing some major health issues, specifically around diabetes and high blood pressure, but he was fine for the absolute most part. And this setback has hit me emotionally, spiritually, and physically in a way that I was not expecting. I'm sitting in my car and I'm just laughing because you know how you hear football players and basketball players and they'll be like, oh, such and such dad died today or earlier this week, and they're here at the game playing, and you're like, how in the world could they be here playing a football game when their daddy just died or their mama died? And it's so interesting because I'm sitting here filming right now because my dad would have wanted this too. Just like they say, my dad would want me to be on this field. My dad would want me to share this message with you as well, because he was so excited and so proud of the content that I was creating on YouTube and the community that I'm building in this space, the community that we're forming in this space, that it just seemed like an appropriate way to honor him. And when I tell you, for years I have laughed at that. I've been like, that is crazy. You're out here playing football because you being selfish. You don't want to miss a check. You don't want to, disappoint your fans. It's being self-centered. But truly, I understand what it means to carry on a legacy. And I have really thought a lot this week about setbacks in life. I was really working on so many things with his health plan, his team, and all of that is gone. Like, every appointment has stopped, every piece of communication has stopped, and it is such a major blow to your core. Like, you get into this rhythm of doing certain things, especially whenever you're caring for a parent, a loved one, someone that's sick, someone that needs you, a child. And whenever that is disrupted, it is so hard to figure out why and what's next. And I was sitting here, I've been sitting here for a long time. I hope my car doesn't go dead. You be sitting in the car and the battery goes dead because you left your lights on or the doors open or something. But I've been sitting here for a long time thinking about what's next and how I'm really having to adapt and change. And God is requiring me to change again, to reinvent myself again as a child that doesn't have a dad. And I know that so many of you all can relate to me. And that newness of loss, when loss is new, whenever it's something that you've never experienced before. I've never lost a parent. This is my first parent that I've lost. I've lost my in-laws, both of my in-laws, and that was a major blow, and I had to readjust there. And this is different. And so I really want to talk about change. We are all on this reinvention journey, and we really have this idea of how linear it's going to be. Like, it's going to follow this line, and I'm going to do these things, and I'm going to get up, and I'm going to make my smoothie, and I'm going to drink my collagen, and I'm going to the gym, and I'm coming back, and I'm taking my shower, and I'm doing la 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 la. And then all of a sudden, something interrupts your life. Something throws your schedule off. Something changes your trajectory. Something disrupts your spirit where you can't seem to move forward anymore. And this morning, as I was praying, I was really thinking about the power of acceptance, acknowledgement, adapting, and pivoting. I was really thinking about the importance of acknowledging the disruption that has happened in your life and really trying to understand why it happened. Why is it that this has happened? Acknowledging your hurt, acknowledging who you're hurt with. Are you angry at God? Are you angry with yourself, your decisions, your choices? It's so important to acknowledge where that emotion belongs. And it may not belong there forever, because initially I was mad at the hospital, and then I was mad at my dad, and then I was mad at all the circumstances around his passing and how it happened. Then I was mad at God, and then I bounced back to being mad at myself. Like, I should have done this, I could have done more. And it's really acknowledging the fact that I am in an emotional grief cycle, and I'm going to be in this cycle for a while, and the fact that that's okay. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to question the why. It's okay to acknowledge your true and genuine feelings. Especially what has been hard for me is to acknowledge the feelings that are against God, because I know that his will and plan is so perfect. I know that all things work together for my good. I know that my dad is no longer in pain and he's resting, but I'm still just want to place the blame on something, someone, some organization, institution, some person. And truly, the person that I'm mad at is God. The person that is responsible for giving life and taking it is God. And acknowledging that this is a part of his perfect plan is hard, but I'm so grateful for my assurance to know that this life isn't forever, that we're all put on this life to leave a legacy, to leave our mark, to be better, to bring light into this world. And then when God sees fit for us to rest, he will put us to rest. I am so excited to know that we all have a purpose, and acknowledging my greater purpose. I remember sitting in the emergency room with him a few weeks ago. I was down visiting him, and it seems like whenever I went to visit, something was happening. I'm like, why is this happening with your body? We need to go to the doctor. And we were sitting in the emergency room for God knows how long, and I was editing a video, and he was watching me edit it, and I asked him if he wanted to listen to it, and he was just like, your ministry and your message is going to help so many people. And just to see the pride in his face, and to even watch his curiosity as he didn't understand how I was able to edit, content, videos, long form content on my cell phone. And he's like, everybody else edits on a computer. You're doing that here. I'm like, this is what I have. I'm here with you. I'm present. This is what I'm doing right now. He enjoyed this process, how much he knew that what I was doing was important. He was able to share so many stories of the things that he's done in his past that have helped people as well. And I told him why I was starting a YouTube channel and why this was important to me, and why sitting in this emergency room doing this helped me to stay focused on the things that I knew I needed to do. He was such a structured person. You guys, he was so structured, or he was a football player. He played all through high school and into college. He was a quarterback all 4 years in college and in high school. It is so crazy because he talked about sticking to a schedule and doing the things that you say you're going to do. And I was like, I put out a video on these 2 days every single week, and I don't want to get off schedule because people are waiting for it, and I know this is important content, and it's important to me to, whenever I create something, to be able to follow it through and produce it. And he was just so proud of that. He was just like, you get it, like you understand that this is not just about you. And just to see that acknowledgement, just to see how proud he was in that moment was amazing. The second part of this healing journey for me that God gave me this morning was accepting the fact that he's gone, accepting the fact that disappointments and setbacks happen to us, accepting the fact that we're not perfect, that this world is not perfect, accepting the fact that everything in my life is going to change, accepting the fact that I've fallen off of my traditions and rituals and schedules all week because my mind has just been reeling, and I've been going through grief, and I've been planning a funeral, and accepting the fact that I'm going to die, that we all have a timeline on our life, that nothing is promised. We're promised a lot of things in the Bible. A lot of them are bad. A lot of them are, you're going to have birthing pains. There's going to be grief and sadness. And that when you have good days, a good day, a beautiful sunrise, or seeing a rainbow, listening to the birds, a lot of those things aren't promised. And it really is, adapting to this new normal. This part of change and this part of life is so difficult. And you all know that I create content for women over 40, and a lot of us that are in and above that age have buried our parents, are burying our parents. And I know so many individuals who have buried their parents much younger than me, and it's hard to acknowledge and accept the fact that they're gone, that your life is going to change. Really accepting the hurt that you feel and the disappointment that you're experiencing. Accepting the fact that you're not eating right now, and that you're off on your self-care and you haven't put on makeup in days, and accepting the fact that God has designed your life to go on without him from here forward. That's a hard acceptance. That's a really hard one to accept. But I'm also thinking about the statement that I made earlier about God not giving you more than you can bear. And it is so interesting because, I've been on a weight loss journey for some time now, but I've really been getting really, strict with getting in the gym and focusing on my diet and lifting heavier and getting stronger. And it's so interesting because I'm just thinking about strength and endurance training, and how whenever you are weight training, if you want to get stronger, you have to lift heavy, or you have to lift outside of your comfort zone, what you're accustomed to. You're accustomed to the 5-pound joint. You're hitting the 5-pound weight. You're doing well with the 5-pound. It's time to graduate to the 10-pound and the 15 and the 25, because you're building muscle and you're getting stronger. In this season, I've had to be so strong for so many people. And God was really building that strength muscle in me for so many months now. And I didn't realize that he was making me stronger. He was making me stronger with my family. He was even building my dad and I's relationship to be stronger. He was making my faith and my spirituality stronger. He was making me physically and mentally stronger. I had graduated from the 5-pound to the 10-pound weight. And I'm realizing right now in this moment that God was really preparing me for this moment. He was preparing me to be stronger, because I was going to need this muscle and this muscle memory to be able to get through these times. So even though I'm upset and disappointed at God for taking my daddy, I still have such an assurance. You guys, the tears have flown, but they've not flown in a way that I would traditionally feel in this moment, because I'm stronger. I know that he needed to rest. I know that God's mercy surpasses my understanding. I know that even though I physically feel weak, I am so strong in so many areas to help so many members of his family, to help my sister, to help my mom, to help my husband. I am that strength. I feel strong. I feel strong in this moment. Even to sit here and talk with you all about this, I feel a certain amount of strength in this moment. It's just amazing to me that God has put me in this space to dig deeper, to make me stronger, because he knew that this level was coming. He knew that May 13th was coming, and I was going to need to tap into strength that I'd never experienced before for this moment. And I want you all to be clear, I'm not saying I'm strong and I don't need to cry and I'm not weak and all these things, because that's not it. It's stronger in this season in totality. It's everything that I'm experiencing in this season I need it to be stronger for. And he's creating that in me right now. He did it before, months before. I just am thinking back on all of the things that he was doing to make me stronger, the setbacks, the disappointments, the mean comments that people have left in our chat, the opportunities that weren't mine, that I thought were mine, that weren't for me. All of those things were making me stronger for this season. We're getting ready for a level up, and I'm going to need to tap into this strength that I feel right now for this next season, and really adapting and changing, because everything changes. Seasons change. I was in a strength building season, but right now I'm exerting my strength. I'm showing off the physique that God has built inside of me, because I needed it right now. Oh God, Holy Spirit, thank you for that. The third part is really adapting. The adapting part is the hard part, because life goes on without the people that we have lost. We adapt to this new normal. This is the new phase in our life that we're in. And it's hard to say that I'm just going to carry on without him. I think that adapting is probably the hardest part of this process. When you're faced with a setback, when you're looking at disappointment, whenever you thought you were going to be able to do something and you're not, it's hard to adapt to the change. I mean, we really don't like change. We really are hard on ourselves when things change, when they don't go the way that we thought they were. It's hard to just adapt to this new normal. And I really want to encourage you as you're on your reinvention journey, as even you're looking at your own personal loss and change that you're going through in your life, to really understand the things that you're leaving behind, and really settle into the newness of what you are experiencing. Adapting to a new environment, but really thinking of your body and your mind as very fluid and not so rigid, like, as only this piece fits in this prong. Understanding that it could fit in so many places. I can be so many things that the thing that I need to be at a certain time. That sometimes I need to be a friend, sometimes I need to cry, sometimes I need to be a mentor, sometimes I need to be strong, but to adapt, even sometimes at a moment's notice, to whoever you need to be at this time, for yourself and for others, is so, so important. And lastly, it's to pivot. Hey, that's AAAP. That's funny. I'm always thinking of an acronym. Pivoting is the one that my dad would be so proud about. He would be the one that's like, you can't stop the show because of me. You're gonna have to keep going on. What do you mean you just sat back and went to sleep and didn't eat and weren't creating and weren't doing what you love, providing the service that people are depending on you for? You just didn't do any of it. He would be so disappointed in me for that. And really, this this pivoting is something that I am looking forward to. I am looking forward to getting through the memorial services and coming back and getting ready for this new phase of my life, this newness that God has made me strong for. And this week I was watching an influencer that I really like online, and I'll leave her handle, and she just finished a 40-day hard challenge, and I was just so proud of her. Her body looks so good, and I just felt the Holy Spirit telling me that I needed to do a 40-day challenge as well. And it wasn't necessarily for weight loss, although I believe that will be a major part of it. But I need to just purify myself mentally, spiritually, and emotionally over the next 40 days. And I really would love for you all to do this challenge with me. I am really looking forward to journaling, getting in nature, taking care of my body, juicing, working out, drinking my water, meditating and praying, and being really intentional about my prayers. Using this 40-day hard challenge as a 40-day prayer and fasting type situation. I've not really nailed down exactly what I want it to look like, but I really want to dedicate the next 40 days to a real cleanse, just to get myself back aligned with my purpose and my mission, and just to be able to hear the voice of God speak. I'm really looking forward to that, and I would love for you guys to do this journey with me. I'm going to work on what that looks like, and I cannot wait to tell you all about it in the coming days. Hopefully by Wednesday I will have my thoughts together around it, and I want to see how many of you all are wanting to join the challenge with me. If you need just to be clear, you just feel foggy in this season. You started your reinvention journey and you were so excited about it, and you knew that you wanted to change, but you don't have any real clear direction on, like, where do I start? What are the things I want to change? What areas of my life do I need to tackle first? Getting clarity is the only way that you can actually work on a goal. You have to be very clear about what you're working on. So I would love to do this with you all over the next 40 days, because you all are my family. Y'all are my community. Y'all are my besties. I know y'all are dropping the chat like, hey, bestie, girl, y'all are my besties too. I'm sitting here chit-chatting to you. The person that I wanted to show up for was you. The person that I wanted to talk to you about this death, about this loss, where I've been over the past few days, how I'm feeling. I know I'm not alone. I know that you all have felt this too, and I can feel your strength. I need to feel your strength. And I need to feel your strength in this moment. In the moments where I'm not strong, I need you all. And I'm excited about this 40-day challenge. Let me know what you all think about joining a challenge and doing a 40-day challenge with me in the comment section below. Guys, I need your prayers right now. I need your support. I need your I need your positive comments, your vibes, your energy, your light. I need you all to really turn to yourselves and think about the losses that you've experienced, the changes that you've experienced, and how those things have made you stronger, because I'm convinced that God prepared me for this season. I feel very prepared for this season. And like I said, I'm having my ups, my good days and my bad days, my good hours and my bad hours. But I do feel ready. I feel ready for this new season. I feel like I'm excited about creating a legacy that honors my dad. I'm excited about his memorial services and meeting all of his college roommates and friends and people he played football with and the individuals he coached in basketball. I'm ready for this new season of even living life without him and understanding that he's resting now and really taking care of my body. Because, I will say, his death was a result of complications with diabetes and congestive heart failure. And as active as he was, his diet did not reflect his activity. He would play tennis for 2 and 3 hours and eat like butter pecan ice cream and chips and a Faygo orange, And it was so hard to witness someone that was still physically fit. The man had, for the most part, had a flat belly and calves, and inside his body was really suffering. And I really want to challenge each of us to think about the things that we're eating as a part of his legacy. He wanted us to be so much better. And even as I was losing weight, he'd always compliment me on my weight loss every time he saw me, because he knew how important health was to life and longevity. He was only 66 years old. He was not ready. But at the same time, I'm ready to live on that legacy of health and activity going forward. So blah blah blah. This is a vlog. I don't know what you would call this video. I guess I gave some tips, and I'm sitting in my car with a do-rag on. This is my bonnet equivalent. That's all I got today. This is how I'm going out. This is how I've been looking the past few days. I don't know what's under this scarf. We're gonna find out in a few days when I get my hair done for the services. I love you guys so much. Thank you all so much for being here, for your support, for your prayers, for your guidance, even through this tough time. I hope this video helps someone as they're on their own journey of grief and change and adapting and pivoting. I'm excited about this challenge. Y'all, if y'all want to do this challenge, I'm really thinking that this is going to be powerful for this community. But let me know what you think. Like, those are the things that I'm thinking about having in the challenge, but I would love to know what you would want to see in the challenge as well. Like, every day for 40 days, we do these things. If it's that we are reading a book all together, or we're all journaling together, we're practicing gratitude, we're working out, we're getting so many gallons of water in, and we can follow and track each other over on Instagram. If that is something that you're thinking about, or you have any other ideas, please make sure that you leave it in the comment section below. I'm really, really excited. I'm excited to get started. I don't want to rush this process, but I do want to honor my dad and his legacy. And I really want to start by taking care of my body. It's important. We only get one shot. Bodies are made of spit and mud. They're fragile. I'm ready to take better care of mine as a legacy for my dad. So that's all, guys. That's everything I've got today. I hope you all are encouraged, inspired. I thank you guys again for your prayers, your support through this time. So many of you all have left me messages on Instagram. I have done my best to reply to each and every one of them. Thank you all so much for that. That means more to me than you understand. Thank you guys so much for being here for me. Thank you guys so much for joining today. And I can't wait to see you on our next video. Bye, Ambition Babes.